Jared Goff. Jared Goff. Jared Goff. What up, man? Hey, welcome back to another episode of a Full Metal Analysis, man. What's going on with y'all? What's up, Marcus? How you doing today, man?
All I can say is that from this moment and going forward, all Jared Goff chants are suspended until further notice.
Look, man, before we get into it, man, I just want to put this disclaimer out there, man. I'm not saying this is a return of SOL. I'm not jumping off the bandwagon. I'm not here to say that anybody should be fired or anybody should be benched. That being said, yesterday's game, man, dog, what the hell? What the hell, Jared? What the hell, Ben? What's going on? Jared Goff act like he forgot how to play football. He was like, "What is the coverage?" He was throwing ducks into the ground 2 feet before the receiver. I mean, it was bad, man. What's your take on the game?
It was bad. It was bad. The whole game was it was just, I got the box score right here, and if you just look at all the stats, the Lions outplayed the Bucs in like every facet of the game. They had more total yards, more passing yards, more rushing yards, more yards per play, more first downs, better third down efficiency, more sacks. Like, I mean, you can go through every facet of the game, and the Lions outplayed them. But yeah, to your point, Jared Goff just, forgot how to play football. I ain't gonna say he forgot how to play football. That's extreme. I'm gonna say that Jared Goff looks like he is not mentally there right now. Like,
that was the Jared Goff of old, man. That was the Jared Goff that first showed up and got off the plane from LA.
It was. And the thing that the thing that people like about Jared Goff is also the thing that I'm starting to feel like might be a problem with Jared Goff, which is his even temperament. Jared Goff never gets too high, never gets too low. But going into the season, everybody was on a high. And, Jared Goff, I'm sure, felt the need to kind of compartmentalize and tone it down and just be the regular person that he is. But we kind of need him to be the Jared Goff that got the Lions gave his contract to. And right now, he just seems like the train is moving and he's got one foot on the train and the other foot is on the ground trying to catch up with it. And I don't know. It's like somebody just needs to just shake him, wake up. This move that he does where, he goes and he's looking at his first read and then at the last second, he's like, oh, there goes a guy, and he throws it. I'm sure he's gonna watch the film this week and he's gonna see that and Ben Johnson's gonna tell him and he's gonna tell himself like, yeah, I'm not gonna do that anymore, because that seems to be a potential interception every time. So yeah, I'm with you, man. Jared Goff had a bad game. Ben Johnson, these play calls with Jahmyr Gibbs. On the pass, on the swing out the backfield, the Tampa Bay was waiting on that every time.
Yeah. Well, when did we start doing that? Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure that we always run up the middle. Like, when did we start doing all these? I mean, I'm gonna get to Ben Johnson in a minute, man. Let me just say, finishing with Jared Goff is like, what I saw yesterday is Jared Goff got on the podium after the game and said that he thought that they moved the ball well. To your point, that he thought that they moved the ball well. You know what I'm saying? And it was just one of those games. But and to your point, we did move the ball well. But the problem is every time we needed a clutch moment. I mean, I counted. I don't have. I mean, I'm not sure if I'm right, but I'm pretty sure I've seen that the Lions were in the red zone like 7 times, and out of all those times, we walked away with one touchdown. And that is not you're not going to win games. That was like I said, that was the problem we had the first year Jerry got here. We got in the red zone and we couldn't score, and that was textbook first year Jerry Goff. We can't get in the red zone and not score, man.
Yeah, no, you can't. And that was ultimately what it was. What the game came down to. You could say that, or the botch field goal at halftime. But but if you look at it, yeah, like so here go the numbers right here. Amon-Ra St. Brown had 11 receptions for 119 yards. Now, I said going into this game that Amon-Ra was going to have 100 yards, and he did. But it just seemed like he was the only guy out there. and don't get me wrong, Jahmyr Gibbs was out there too, because you got to throw you got to throw a pass in the backfield to Jahmyr Gibbs every possession, which amounts to 22 yards. J-Mo was the second leading target. Me and you talked about it over and over and over again. Sam Laporta, 2 receptions for 13 yards.
Where is he? Where's how, anybody seen Sam Laporta?
There's no way Sam Laporta and Tim Patrick should have the same amount of receptions. That's it's not a good recipe. There's no way
For the
that
AP.
Khalif Raymond should have more receptions than Sam Laporta.
And look, and what I was just saying, as far as the red zone, that's your guy. When you get down to the red zone, when I'm watching the game, I be saying, okay, yeah, this is Sam Laporta time. You know what I'm saying? If you're not gonna hand it off to Gibbs or Montgomery on the goal line, then Sam Laporta is your guy. That's the guy you should be looking for. Why are we throwing passes to J-Mo in the end zone in short yardage, man?
I don't know. That's a great question. That is not what J-Mo is here for. J-Mo is your big play guy. You can't have big plays, in the red zone. It's just not physically possible. It's only 20 yards, 25 yards in the red zone. So, J-Mo at that point, you could use him on your reverses. You could use him dragging across. But, the red zone is for your possession guys.
Right.
Like you said, for your Sam Laportas, for your Amon-Ra St. Browns, or like you said, we get to Ben Johnson, or for running the ball. And they, Jared Goff threw the ball 55 times. For what reason, I don't know. But with that being said, man, yeah, Jared Goff, he gonna take this one, and you just hope to see that he gets it together going into Arizona next week.
Yeah. Even after everything I said, man, I've been hearing the Hendon Hooker rumors. I'm a Hendon Hooker guy, but come on now. I fully expect Jared Goff to pull it together and go back to the Jared Goff that he was last year. Um, it's just gonna take a minute, I guess, but hopefully, like you said, this coming up week.
Yeah, and one more thing is you know, it's better that it's now than later. Last year he went through the same stretch last year. He looked very
Of course,
similar.
end of the season.
Yeah, but really in the middle when they were playing Seattle, that Seattle game, he looked terrible. I'm
Right.
sorry. I'm sorry. He didn't look terrible because he
Me
was
either.
moving the ball, but he was turning it over. And then
Right.
he went to Baltimore. In that game, he was terrible. And he just went through that little stretch, but he started getting together. And then towards the end of the season, he would be shaky in the beginning of the games, and he would eventually come around. So this is the guy this is the guy that has been anointed the leader of the ship. So, like you said, we're gonna stick with him. It's a long season. It's just one game. I set the bar low. I set the bar low at I need a minimum of double digit wins. So uh, when I made that prediction, I was factoring in, and there was going to be games like this where, you know, you didn't expect them to lose, and I really didn't expect them to lose. But at the end of the day, Tampa Bay is a respectable team, and it was some good teams out around the NFL who lost to teams that I would have been way more upset if the Lions had lost to those teams opposed to Tampa Bay.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I totally agree. I totally agree. Tampa Bay is a good team. The one other thing I was going to say about Tampa Bay is that got me concerned is our defense played great, man.
Mm-hmm.
Our defense played great, and it's not often that we're able to say that. That's one of the best defensive games I've seen in a long time. My only complaints about the defense is uh, we still can't seem to contain a quarterback that moves around in the pocket. I mean, once he breaks containment, I mean, we're at a loss. Like, what do we do now? You know what I'm saying? And that worries me about Kyler Murray because he's going to be running around. And as of right now, we don't have an answer. And the other thing was communication, man. That one pass to Godwin. I mean, it's like the defense lost Godwin for a whole quarter. I mean, he was just. I mean, they forgot he was out there. He was catching everything. But that one play where Amik and Terrion, I guess they had a miscommunication on who was supposed to guard him, so nobody guarded him, and he scored a 60-yard touchdown. You know what I'm saying? And that's just mental mistakes, man, and stuff like that can't happen. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
and the other thing is, man, Terrion is doing good. I know he's gonna make rookie mistakes, man, but he's got to stop getting penalties, man. That face mask cost us.
Yeah, another thing that we talked about that I'm looking at right now is DJ Reader had one assisted tackle, and that was it. And the hype on DJ Reader with the hype on DJ Reader, I'm expecting a little bit more than one assisted tackle.
So, but do you think he's the reason? Because we skip right over this. We gotta give a shout out to Aiden Hutchinson. Do you think he's the reason that Aiden Hutchinson got 4.5, but essentially five sacks that game?
I mean, based on what I've been hearing, people were really shocked that Tampa Bay really didn't do anything to help on Aiden Hutchinson. They pretty much just let whoever was over there take on Aiden Hutchinson. And then I heard them say that they actually moved Aiden Hutchinson to the opposite side where the weaker lineman, the weaker offensive lineman was. And like I said, Tampa Bay apparently never gave much help to that side, and so that was the theory on why Aiden was able to get loose.
Oh, okay. And I also heard that DJ had limited playing time as well.
Yeah. But as far as
But
the
you
as, I
got
was gonna say,
anything else?
as far as
Go ahead.
as far as the play calling, people. Well, first, Aaron Glenn finally had a great game. So, like you said, Hutchinson had a good game. The defense had a good game, and ultimately, you got to give it up to AG. We can put that on his resume as a good game. Really held. Like I said, I went over the stats, but the Bucks only scored 20 points. They only had 216 yards total offense. Like, I mean, what more can you ask for? And they had four. Hutch had 4.5 sacks. But on the flip side, Ben Johnson, Jared Goff dropping back 55 times. Like we've been saying, Nola Porta has been seen this season for the most part. I don't know. People are speculating, is he still hurt? Is it? I'm wondering in my head, is this? They want to start slowly give people something to look at, and then once they start accommodating for that, now you shift over here, But right now, this offense and this offensive line too, man. This offensive line, this offense, Ben Johnson, it doesn't seem in sync right now.
Yeah, not at all, man. Uh, I don't know. It just seems like read the room, man. Uh, uh, they get the I'm sorry. I got a text message. Um,
Sorry.
yeah, man, read the room. David Montgomery, you know what I'm saying? It's killing it on the line, you know what I'm saying? And they go away from him. Then yesterday Jameer starts to have a great game. You go away from him. I don't understand what the sentimentality is, and I think that Ben Johnson is I don't know. It just seems like he's experimenting too much.
Yeah, no, I see you on that. I can see it as like I said, he gets a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure on Ben Johnson. Honestly, at the end of the day, it's a lot of pressure on him to make all this work. And Jared Goff coming out how he's come out isn't helping. But yeah, he doesn't really know. It's not. It's like they haven't really established an identity, especially with the emergency JMO. You know, we do want to be a big play offense, but at the same time, that's not really who Jared Goff is. Big plays. Jared Goff has grown very comfortable with the dink and dunks and the efficiency and the timing and all of that. So Ben Johnson's trying to implement this big play offense at the same time. People basically keep alluding to that. Hey, this is the same offense that we had last year. So why did it work last year and why is it struggling this year? But you do got to take into account that David Montgomery was new last year, and then he got hurt early in the season. And he missed a nice chunk of games, so it was really just Jahmyr Gibbs and whoever else was back there. But David Montgomery wasn't healthy all last year, and JMO was suspended. So it basically JMO and David Montgomery missed a nice portion of the season. So now everybody's healthy, everybody's back, and now you're trying to get everybody involved, and you can see that it's not flowing like we want to see it. But that's gonna take time, and I just you gotta pick an identity. I feel like.
So is he experimenting? You feel like he's experimenting to see what he can and what he can't get away with? And I mean, because to me, it just feels like I said, I've never seen him like last year they were running Jahmyr Gibbs. I know Jahmyr Gibbs is a little back, but I mean he's a straightforward runner. He runs people over, along with that speed, and it just seems to me like I've never seen him do a flip pass out to Jahmyr and try to run around the corners. They usually just run right up the gut. You know what I'm saying? I get Jahmyr has that speed and he can do it, but that is a play that you reserve after, you know what I'm saying, you've been gutting up the middle for a few times. You save that for, if you got the game under control.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. It does look like maybe Ben Johnson's trying to be too cute, you know, trying to just implement too much, overcomplicating things, and that's my whole thing. Like with Jared Goff, with Ben Johnson, right now it seems like they're just overcomplicating things. Um, you know, well, like we said, man, it just would have been nice. It would have been it gives you thought going into the future. Like, hey, maybe we should throw them out there in the preseason and just give a little something and just see how it looks, and you could base a little bit off of that because they just look like a team right now that they offense moved up and down the field, but it just once they got to the red zone, they couldn't do anything. and that's really where they made they made their bread last year was in the red zone. So I don't understand what's going on right
Yeah, it
now.
just seems like the timing is off. Jared Goff is trying to fit passes into guys who are clearly covered. And I mean, I get that he was making those tight throws last year, but I mean, it's not working, and he just keeps on trying to pound it in there. And I mean, we're lucky he only had 2 picks yesterday. I
Man,
mean, because I've
definitely
seen a
should have been
couple
more.
of them.
Yeah, it should have been more. And to your point, I I'm telling you, man, just watch it, man. He these tight throws that he be throwing. I didn't see all the game yesterday, but the part that I did see, it's always like his second read, and he looks at it. He's only looked at it for like 2 seconds, and that's enough time. And he tends to do it with pressure when pressure's coming at him. And I mean, we all know how Jared Goff does when the pocket isn't there. So
Right, right, right.
it's like we said, man. It's one game. You want to see improvement. You hope that we do see improvement. He's going to Arizona next week, so that's an ideal in my mind. That's an ideal situation. Closer to home for him. So it shouldn't be too hard for him. It's Arizona, so it's good weather. It's not, we know how you look in the cold outside and everything. So Arizona, good weather. Like I said, Kyler's gonna be a problem, but we're gonna get into all of that on the preview.
Well, I mean, hopefully that they can pull it together. I heard someone say that Arizona might be a good game because it's not a playoff opponent. You know what I'm saying? Little even though Arizona's been rolling, but
Yeah,
no, a
you can't.
little no, not the toughest defenses we've been facing. Maybe that's what we need to get our offense oiled up and running like it's supposed to be.
Yeah. So what I would say, the one before we get off the game, uh, you know, I would be remiss if I didn't bring up Dan Campbell. Um, I'm not gonna hold yesterday against him. I the criticisms that I've had on Dan Campbell in the past, I can accept a mistake. A mistake is a mistake. I can accept that. My problems with Dan Campbell were the rebellious, fly in the face of conventional wisdom type moves. And then after the game, I stand by going for that on fourth down, all of that. But even yesterday, when he went for it on the fourth downs, the punt, I had no problem. The fake punt, I had no problem with. The times he did go for it, I had no problem with. I had no problem with anything he did in that game, and other than whatever happened with that field goal at halftime.
So the narrative around Dan Campbell, that the second half, I mean the halftime incident is that and Dan Campbell said it, you know what I'm saying? I messed up, it's all on me. But while he is the head coach, and essentially at the end of the day, it does fall on him to make sure his guys have it in order. I don't think that was a call that Dan Campbell made that messed that up. I think he's covering for his guys. Something went wrong, and he's just covering for him. He's saying, "No, put that on me." But somewhere along the line, I think the team had some type of miscommunications, and the reason I say that is because right before halftime, Dan Campbell was pissed. He snatched off his headphones. He almost walked off. He almost walked off into the locker room before the game even ended. And I don't think he was pissed at himself. You know what I'm saying? But when he came out on the other end of the half, he had a whole different demeanor. Like that's on me. I messed up. I cost my guys the game. So yeah, it is his responsibility to have his team in order. I'm sure they practiced it, but somebody messed up, and I'm not sure it was his call that messed it up.
Yeah, I don't know if it was his call or not. I will say, if he looked to his left and saw his special teams unit ready to go onto the field. At the same time, he saw Jared Goff getting ready to spike it. He will have some say in that situation, but I don't know. It could have been that they thought that Jared Goff and them was gonna get off the field, and so that's why he was ready. But yeah, it was just like you said, it was just a giant miscommunication, and we'll never actually know what happened. But that was the only thing, and you look at it, and had they got that field goal and had everything played out exactly how it did, then the Lions would have had the opportunity to win the game with a field goal, but they didn't. And that, and then on top of that, that kind of that'll just it'll just circle us right back to Jared Goff and the pick he threw to win the game on the first time they had it, and then the defense got them the ball back again, and he had another opportunity, and they just
two opportunities with 53 seconds left on the dog. When he threw the pick off, I was like, oh damn, that's game. It's game over. And then they got and then the defense went out there. Credit to the defense, they went out there and got on the ball with 23 seconds left and a timeout on the clock.
Yep, and they just meandered their way on downfield and not a care in the world and waving at everybody. Hey guys,
why? Why are you throwing to the middle of the field, man?
I don't know.
Why? And you got St. Hurry.
And then you got one more shot, and you throw 10 yards short of the end zone to Laporta of all people.
No, they threw it to Tom Kennedy.
Oh, that was Kennedy?
They threw it to Tom Kennedy. Why the last play of the game are we targeting Tom Kennedy, man?
Like I said, man, Goff.
Why?
Mentally, man, Goff is not here yet. So whenever Goff wants to show up,
where's Tom Kennedy? We gotta get the ball to Tom.
Whenever Goff want to show up mentally, man, that's when the season really starts.
Yeah, man. I kept waiting for them to throw a ball into the end zone with only a few seconds left. I mean, clearly that was the only option had. I mean, everybody in the stadium knew it. Tampa Bay knew it. They had all their guys in the end zone. Everybody knew that the right call was to throw the ball into the end zone, except for Jared Goff.
And we all know Jared Goff has no fear with throwing an interception. So, what was holding him back?
Hey.
Run. I guess they was like run the Tom Kennedy play.
This is what we've been practicing for all preseason.
It's the Tom Kennedy play time. But yeah, man, it was ugly. I listened to most of it on the radio, and I watched the final. I watched the end of the fourth quarter. I actually watched the end of the fourth quarter, and I went back and I watched some of the first half. But while I was listening to it, I was like, man, this sounds like an ugly game, and it pretty much was an ugly game. But like I said, 10-7 was my low mark, and like I said, I was factoring in unexpected losses, and unfortunately, this is one of them. So, like I said, I just need Jared Goff to mentally show up going forward.
Yeah, well, I had way higher expectations of the Lions. I think I picked them to go 13-4 or 12-5, and we're not gonna get there playing like this, man. I need the offense to pull it together. If the offense can pull it together and become the offense that they were last year or better, then I can clearly see that. But as of right now, they're not the team that I thought they were going to be.
I'm with you, man. So keeping along the lines of ugly, I told you.
Oh man.
I told you that this slate of games this week I did not like it. I didn't feel comfortable with it, and I went over it. I tallied everything up, and yeah, it was an ugly week for both of us. But we go
Yeah,
through it
some
real quick.
unexpected losses. I don't think anybody expected the week to happen. Vegas probably made a whole bunch of money this week because everybody that was supposed to win didn't.
This dude called in on the radio and was like, "I bet $50 on Jared Goff to win MVP." And he was like, "I just gave them my $50." Oh, all right. So first game we had was San Francisco going to Minnesota. We was both on San
How?
Francisco. We was both on San Francisco, but little did we know that the Sam Darnold revenge tour was in full effect. um, I
You
passed.
got to use them.
I think I had Justin Jefferson. I think I had a shot at drafting Justin Jefferson and one, if not two, of my fantasy leagues. But I was like, I don't want nothing to do with Justin Jefferson. Sam Darnold is a bust. Da da da. But hey, in the first two games, man, Sam Darnold looked like he got something to prove.
Yeah, man, we got to use the all popular phrase that everybody's using right now and say he's got a chip on his shoulder.
Can't deny it. But yeah, we were both on San Fran. San Fran, no Christian McCaffrey for at least the next 4 games as well. So we'll see how that affects their season.
I don't know. I think they might have just had a. I mean, I don't. I mean, unless Minnesota is just really that deal, and we just don't know about it. But San Francisco held their own against the Jets, and I feel like the Jets are a better team than Minnesota. But only time will tell.
Yeah. New Orleans went to Dallas, and
And destroyed Dallas.
they destroyed Dallas. Yeah, I harken back to when you was like, you taking New Orleans straight up, and I was like, no, I'll take the points. I should have more faith. I should have more faith in my boy.
Yeah, Derek Carr. Derek Carr.
Hey, New Orleans is where Sam. Well, you can't have two quarterbacks. I was gonna say Sam Darnold should go to New Orleans because that's where people go to resurrect their careers. Because we all counted Derek Carr out, and I don't know about you, but I've been counting Alvin Kamara out. Like, yeah, Alvin Kamara was that deal back in the day, but he got hurt, and
right.
New Orleans went through a couple bad seasons. Man, Alvin Kamara had like all the yards, 3 touchdowns. I don't care about no Dallas defense. Alvin Kamara is back.
Yeah, man. I went with Dallas based on the way they played. Based on the way they played the Browns last week, and the Dallas that I thought of, the Dallas that I thought was going to show up last week showed up this week.
That's a good point. That's true. Speaking of the Browns, Cleveland went to Jacksonville, and we were both on Jacksonville. And the Cleveland that you thought was going to show up last week showed up this week.
Yeah, man. I don't know what's going on. It's like the league has a vendetta against me. Like whoever I pick, the opposite is just gonna happen.
Yeah, Jacksonville is not a reliable team at all. On paper they should be good, but they're just not reliable. My man, I think it's Doug Peterson. He probably in line. He probably on the hot seat. And on the flip side, I didn't really watch a whole lot of this game, but Cleveland did what a good team should do, and went down there and won.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay, we talked about this. Tampa Bay went to Detroit. I was on Detroit on a blowout. You said, no, I think Tampa Bay loses, but they still cover. Oh, they covered all right. They covered indeed, but we gone over that game. We was both on Indianapolis, going to Green Bay. The Malik Willis show, man. What you think?
Dog, I told you. I didn't think they were going to win, but I did say Malik Willis is going to surprise everybody, man. And lo and behold, man, hey, when it came across the screen, Green Bay beats Green Bay beats the Indianapolis Colts. All I can say is Malik won.
Hey, you did say that, but I didn't hear you because I was too busy laughing when you said that. So, but Malik, nah, hey, but in all honesty though, Green Bay's offense is really. And I believe I did say this. I said if Malik can't make it happen here, then he done. He's done because Green Bay's offense is not. I'm not gonna say it's not complicated, but it's full of speedy receivers on slants and crossing, and a
Right.
lot of speed, and Malik got speed, and he can hit that crossing route, and he can get it to the Jaden Reeds and Romeo Dobbs and that Wicks guy. I think Christian Watson is overrated, but and on top of all that, you got like I said, you got Josh Jacobs, who they pounded the ball to. He's on my fantasy team, so I know he had 145 yards on the ground. So, it was all there for him, and credit to him, he took advantage of his opportunity, and gotta watch out for Green Bay. The NFC North, man. NFC North is not as we thought there was going to be a couple pushovers in NFC North, and we thought Green Bay would be something, but then Jordan Love gets hurt, and then we kind of move Green Bay down a notch. But right now, the way I feel, man, the NFC North is no pushovers in the NFC North right now.
Well, what's the shame is, man, we're only one notch above the Bears right now.
Yeah, and we're a notch below the. You talking about what? Based on record, or just
Yeah, just based on record.
yeah. We got the Giants went to Washington. Washington pulled that one out. No surprise there. We was both on Washington. Don't
Yeah,
bet. Don't bet on the Giants.
ever, ever.
Ever. Chargers went to Carolina, and I'm gonna go ahead and say this. When I saw this line, I was like, honestly, if I was in charge, I would have put the line at 8.5. But I was like, hey, even with 8.5, it wouldn't have mattered. But still, I was like, man, 5 points at home, like that's just disrespectful. I thought it would be more, and since it's not more, I'm like, well, maybe they know something. And no, they didn't know.
They didn't know
They didn't know
anything.
nothing. They was like, hey, let's be given the benefit of doubt. Nah. So yeah, you was right. Should took the Chargers blowout.
Yeah, man. I've been rooting for Bryce Young, but at this point, it's looking like they might go 17-0, man. 0-17.
Well, they not down for that because they have benched Bryce Young, and
Oh wow.
Andy Dalton's getting the start next week.
Oh dang.
Yeah.
Damn it, Bryce.
The Jets went to Tennessee. We was both on the Jets. Will Levis, if you ever think you out of the game, if you ever think you out of the game, just get a ball to Will Levis and he'll find a way to get
Tennessee needs to take a page out of Carolina's book and bench Will Levis. Hey, let me ask you a question, man. So you're the GM of Tennessee, right? And you got Will Levis on your team, and you're like, you know what, this is gonna be our quarterback of the future. So what do we do with Malik Willis? Well, we traded him to Green Bay. And you see on the TV screen, Malik Willis is starting for Green Bay. And you're like, oh, well, glad we got rid of that guy. But then at the end of the day, you see that he's led the Green Bay Packers to victory over the Indianapolis Colts. How do you feel?
Hey, man. Clearly, me and Will Levis are tied together. So I'm going down with the ship. I'm going to say that Tennessee lost to the Jets, which is a respectable team. And who did they lose to last week? The Chicago, they lost to Chicago. So yeah, as long as Will Levis don't got to play a good defense, he'll be all right.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you put it like that.
Seattle went to New England. You was on Seattle. I was on New England. I think New England lost, but I think they covered.
Yeah, they did. Seattle won at the last minute.
Yeah. The wow. I just knew that this was the shocker of the week to me. This was, I was talking about teams that the Lions could have lost to. Las Vegas went into Baltimore. Baltimore was favored by 9. We was both on Baltimore, and the Raiders walked out with a victory.
They did. They did walk out with a victory, and that was surprising to me when I turned on the game with a minute left on the clock and the score was tied. I couldn't believe it. I guess they said we got to do everything in our power to hold on to Devontae Adams. Because Devontae at the end of the game was smiling. But what I don't understand, man, is did you see the end of the game?
I didn't.
So the last play of the game, Lamar Jackson backs up into the pocket. He looks around. You know what I'm saying? Check goes through all his options, unlike a certain Jared Goff we do. But he went through all his options. He didn't see anybody open. He pulls the ball down. He runs for about 30 yards, 30 to 40 yards with one man in front of him left to beat. And he turns around and tries to throw the ball to some random Raven behind him. The guy behind him was like, "What the fuck? Oh, what's he throwing it to me for?" He kind of drops and bobbles the ball. The rest of the team catches up with him. Game over.
Yeah, man. Like I said, man, starting to look like Lamar is the new Peyton Manning. Regular season, he could get it done, and some games he's gonna blow them out, look like the greatest thing on earth, and then with clutch moments and playoffs, he starts to unravel and shrink in the big moments. So that's gonna be the new challenge for his career, is to prove that he got that clutch gene, and it took Peyton quite some time before he got over the hump. So hopefully that's the same thing that's gonna happen with Lamar, because time is ticking.
Yeah, he needs to get over the hump, and he needs to do it soon.
The Rams went to Arizona, took on the Cardinals. We was both on the Rams, and Marvin Harrison Jr. showed up. Kyler Murray, he was put out that smoke screen talking about it's not his job to get it to Marvin Harrison. Well, he lied, because he definitely got the ball to Marvin Harrison, and they beat the brakes off of the Rams. And Cooper Kupp went down.
Yeah, I was surprised to see the score of this game. I did not know that Cooper Kupp went down. When did he go down? Did he go down early in the game or later in the game?
No, I want to say it was in the second half, but I'm not positive.
Okay. Yeah, man, that was a surprise. Coming off the game that the Rams had against the Lions. I expected them to come out and play way better than what they did, and the fact that Arizona beat them as badly as they did lets me know that Arizona wants to be taken seriously, man, and we definitely gonna have to come out next week and give them what they want, and let them know that we are taking them seriously.
I think next week, not to get too far into it, but I think next week is going to be a shootout, and I think you're going to see Jared Goff have about 400 yards.
I hope so.
Next, we got Pittsburgh going to Denver. We was both on Pittsburgh. Don't bet against Pittsburgh. Don't bet against Mike Tomlin, and that's pretty much a gimme going forward.
Yeah, I didn't see a whole lot of this game. I did see that Justin Fields is still holding it down once again. Tough, tough situation for the GM. Well, now what do you do with Russell? But
Yeah, yeah,
but yeah, man. Denver looked good, and then I see Bo Nix throw Will Levis level interception at towards the end of the game. So
yeah. Did you see his post game comment?
no, what did you say?
Reporter said, "Yeah, can you walk us? Can you walk us through what happened on that interception in the end zone?" He was like, "Yeah. No, I dropped back and I threw a ball, and the opposing team intercepted it." I thought that was
Really?
but yeah, no, Bo Nix, he looked okay. You know, there's not a lot of weapons in Denver. It hurt too because they had a great trick play to Josh Reynolds and got him. It was like a 40, 50 yard throw and got him right in the red zone. And then yeah, Bo Nix proceeded to throw an interception.
Yeah, I saw the man. That was a good grab by Josh Reynolds. One thing I didn't mention when we talking about the Lions is, man, how bad is Detroit missing Josh Reynolds, man?
Yeah, he was he was a safety valve, but we say that about everybody. We say that about Laporta. We say that about St. Brown, and we say about Josh Reynolds too. So yeah,
Maybe Tim Patrick, he only got targeted 3 times, but he made some pretty good grabs yesterday. And one, if he would have had another one, that would have got us a first down. If he could have got both his feet down, I expect to see more Tim Patrick in the offense. Unfortunately, he got here late, so I don't know how much they're going to incorporate him into the offense. But I would like to see more of him. Going for those possession catches.
yeah. I mean, yeah. You know, we need Jared Goff to step up. Cincinnati went to Kansas City. We was both on Kansas City. I was so close to jumping to the other side. The only thing holding me back was the lack of T. Higgins. But Joe Burrow, like I said, has a tendency. You know, Joe Burrow probably has the best record. Well, no, I think ironically Jared Goff is undefeated against Mahomes, but Joe Burrow has a pretty good record against Mahomes. And I didn't do it though. I went with KC, and Cincinnati should have won that game.
Yeah, man, the Eminem Cisco blonde hairstyle is not working for Joe Burrow. Since he's dyed his hair, since he's bleached his hair, they haven't won a game. Maybe they should maybe he should abandon that. But and the fact that KC has Taylor Swift on their side. I mean, you can't beat a team that's got Taylor Swift on their side. But
Taylor Swift slash Patrick Mahomes slash the refs slash home field advantage and slash Jamar Chase losing his mind.
Dog, what was that, dog? What was that?
I can count on my hand how many times I've ever seen unsportsmanlike conduct for cussing out the referee in football. And Jamar Chase was like, "No, I'm gonna get this penalty." Joe was like, chill. He was, he ain't want to hear Joe. He ain't want to hear his coach. He ain't want to hear nobody. He was like, I'm gonna get this penalty. Y'all gonna hear me.
And then, when is the last time somebody has acted like that, man? And the coach is like, just stay out there. Just keep playing.
Hey, I was playing Jamar Chase in fantasy, so I was hoping they benched him, but I mean, it's Jamar Chase. I mean, he ain't do nothing after that either, though. Like I was watching. Too,
I didn't even mean to take him out of the game completely. But when your player's wigging out, wouldn't you want to take him out for a play. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Talk
Because
to him.
you knew Burrow wasn't going to him that next play. Dog. He pushed Burrow off like, man, he ain't pushed him off. He slapped his hand away like, like dog, Chase is, that's another guy I wanted to stay away from because man, he kind of he he started to look a little crazy out there.
So I think that so it's a he like I ain't gonna say victim, but he's like it's like circumstances, man. He came out, he hit the ground running on fire, and for the last 2 years, it hasn't been that. And I think he's just getting a little frustrated with it. Like you can see the frustration every time he goes out there, every time he doesn't get the ball. His diviness is coming out. You know what I'm saying? It's starting to rise to the surface.
And he trying to get that contract too. I don't think they gave it to him yet, have they?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. And then the last game we got is Chicago went to Houston, and we was both on Houston. Houston did win, but they won by 6.
So the Bears, man. So when I say we're a tier above the Bears, another reason I say that is because the Bears are so it looks like the Vikings and Green Bay are on in sync with what they want to do. And or what the Lions and the Bears, the Bears defense is amazing. The Lions defense has been playing amazing, but neither one of them has been able to get their offense going. And I think that's why we're on the bottom tier of the NFC North right now because we haven't figured out the the offense now with Caleb. Well, Caleb Williams is inexperienced. But with golf, I don't know what it is. I don't know what golf got going on. But
Yeah. To your point, I will put him a step above because we have seen it with the Lions before, so it's there, but it's just a matter of unlocking it. Even though we had it last year, but with Chicago, we haven't seen it yet, and we haven't seen it with Caleb, so we don't know if it's there.
right, yeah, exactly. And I don't know. I mean, based on what I'm saying, now I have now Caleb is running around in a pocket. He is elusive. Not because I haven't been impressed with Caleb as much as all the hype I've heard around Caleb. I haven't been impressed with him. But the elusiveness that he showed yesterday did impress me. But he was overthrowing receivers like crazy.
Yeah, he got a people were really watching that as far as elusiveness because like Kyler came into the league and he was able to show it, but Caleb, he tried to run it yesterday, man, and they met at the quarterback. And, he was like, I know somewhere under that pile is Caleb, so I hope you're okay. But he kept
Yeah,
getting back up.
he took some big hits yesterday, man. He took some real big hits. And did you see that one instance where my man socked the dude and nothing happened?
Nah, I see it.
So the guy hit Caleb just before he went out of bounds, and I guess they thought it was a dirty hit, and the whole team walked up on him, and he just punched one of the dudes, and then the team walked up on him, and then he headbutted the dude, and then they just went back on and just went back and just started playing again, like there's no flags, nothing.
Hey, his refs been funny this year, man. That's all I can say.
Ah,
Before we finish it up, I will give Jared Goff credit because I did go back and watch, and they hold Jared Goff on that first interception because my man body checked Jameson Williams out of his route and Goff threw it to where he was going to be at, and that was the first interception.
yeah, I didn't see that play, but I heard about it.
Yeah, man, he straight up body checked him and it was like 10 yards down the field, and Goff was threw his hands up like where the flag at, and they was like, I don't know what you're talking about, sir.
Yeah, man. Yeah. But we got away with one too. I think Carlton Davis should have been called for one at the end of the game that they didn't call on third down. But yeah, man, I don't know what's going on with these referees, man. You know what I'm saying? But that's the story of the NFL.
Oh yeah, every year. Last game is Atlanta and Philly. We got that tonight. I'm on Philly. You on Atlanta. I think the line's going down too, but that's what we got. So we're gonna stick with it. But all
Yeah.
of that takes us to like I said, it was an ugly week. We're gonna have a tiebreaker tonight, but yeah, 5-9, 5-9, 15-15, 10-20. So hey man, better week next week.
I'm gonna make a comeback, man. Before the season's over, I'm gonna make a comeback.
Hey man, like we said, it's a long year.
Before we get out of here, do you want to do the Thursday night game, or do you want to save for next week?
No, I'm cool with that. I was thinking about that too. Let me see if they got a line out for it, because yeah, we probably get the prediction. We usually do Thursday or Friday, but sometimes it'd be Friday and we miss it.
Right.
Let's see what we got here. So Thursday night looks like New England Patriots are going to the New York Jets. Ooh, Jets are given 6.
Oh. I want to pick the Jet. I want to pick the Jets. But New England has been playing pretty good, even though they lost this week. They've been playing better than what I thought. I know the Jets are going to win that game, but I think that New England covers.
I'm with you, man. This has New England all over it. You know, Thursday night football is always ugly. You know, always underwhelming, and I feel like those conditions benefit the Patriots to a T. So I'm on the Patriots on that. I do think the Jets do win, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Patriots win. But all in all, yeah, I'm on New England as well.
Yeah, I got you. I'm with you right there. But still, man, I don't think I have any more for the week. Hopefully, the Lions buckle down, get it together. I need a hard practice out of Dan Campbell for them. You know what I'm saying? Smack somebody's head, smack their head on straight and pull it together, man. Because if we don't get it together, if we don't get our offense together, it's going to be a really long season. And all this talk about Super Bowl, we might as well just throw that out the window.
Right.
Because right now,
long way to go.
Yeah. But other than that, man, what's that?
No, I was gonna say I'm with you. But like I said, man, I got a good feeling about next week. We're gonna go into it, but I'm expecting big things next week.
Yeah, me too, man. Me too. I don't think we'll be held down for very long. But with that said, man, go Lions. Peace. Detroit.